Hi everyone, I'm so sorry that I can't be with you this evening. I'm sure that someone might benefit from that extra glass of wine. I do hope so. Both my dad and I are just so very appreciative of the care and support that so many of you have shown us. He keeps wanting to know that work's fine without me. I've told him that rather worryingly, it all seems to be going very well while I'm not there. Anyway, thanks to everyone who's putting in an extra effort to cover for my absence. We really are very, very grateful for all your support. Just wanted to really say a huge thank you to you all for giving up your time this evening to join the Stoke-on-Trent Research School launch. It's just so very exciting that the research school is finally seeing the light of day. We're also really aware that it's such a busy time of year for so many of you in your schools. And so to take the time out this evening really is very much appreciated. I also just wanted to say a huge thank you to the folk who supported us in putting together the initial bid. Really that bid was very ambitious to make clear our relentless drive and your determination to draw on an evidence-informed basis, so as to help improve the lives of all the young people in our educational care. From the very beginning, we were very clear that ours was an alliance bid, one that was ambitious to enable colleagues to work together collaboratively, learning with and from each other for the benefit of our pupils. When we were thinking about applying to be the research school, we were particularly mindful of the evidence that shows that highly effective teachers can make more than 12 months difference in pupil progress, particularly for those pupils from socially deprived backgrounds. And so we really are aware that being a key player within the Stoke-on-Trent Research School is a privileged position. We're also very aware of the pressure that everyone's under, and so we're ambitious that the research school should be part of your networks, and rather than being a burden or something additional, that really using evidence, using evaluation should be that something that's embedded in our practice, something that enriches our practice, and something that secures and underpins the very best educational achievement that we can offer the young people in our area. We're also acutely aware that improving the quality of young people's education in all phases is also about improving teacher access to high quality professional learning and development opportunities. We very much agree with the EEF and others that professional development activities for individual staff should be linked, should be cumulative, should be evaluated, and should be based in evidence. Absolutely inevitably, such professional learning opportunities take a big investment of time. It involves people in taking risks, and it requires really thoughtful support and understanding from governors and senior leaders. And so we're very much looking forward to embedding our ethos in the work of your schools. We absolutely believe that such opportunities enable colleagues to engage in more meaningful discussions, more meaningful reflection, and that this will result in a deeper understanding of structured changes and innovations in your schools for the benefit of your pupils. I know that during the evening my colleagues will be sharing with you some of the detail of our particular research school offer, and we're delighted to be part of a network of research schools that share and collaborate. We're also very clear that the research school programme should complement your own school's priorities and activities. To that end, we're really looking forward to furthering the work that we do with SASCL, with SHAPE, and with the local authorities' head teachers briefings, and with the early years network, so that the research school activities become part of these existing networks. We feel there's so much to gain from careful reference to evidence and informed evaluation that this should be absolutely built in and not bolted on to our educational endeavours. We're going to be drawing on the EEF guidance reports particularly those in relation to literacy and maths. And we're also very mindful that the opportunity area for Stoke-on-Trent has identified transition, particularly Key Stage 2-3 transition, as a potential focus of their work. And we really feel very strongly that the research school, drawing on the EEF evidence and practice, will be able to make a really important contribution to the work of the opportunity area. By being part of the research schools networks, schools will be able to benefit from high quality professional learning that's informed by the evidence of impact on pupil progress and doesn't simply represent somebody else's idea of what's worked for them and their context. It's much more meaningful than that. We also are very respectful that every school is unique, and so we're determined to empower colleagues through enabling professional development rather than promoting a reliance on external resources or external materials or external individuals. We really want to transform the professional lives of teachers so that teachers can transform their pupils' lives through such vital educational opportunities. Teachers possess highly specialised knowledge, and that knowledge needs to be continually reworked using evidence. The work of both the EEF and IEE help us to embed this absolutely and clear analytical link between pupil achievement and teachers' professional understanding. It helps us to better target our work and better target any interventions that we might be minded to implement. To illustrate this, I just want to take a moment to share a video that Joe Treacy from the Chartered College introduced us to. My apologies to those of you who may have seen it before. I've seen it a few times now, and each time I get something extra out of it. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video. There's no real sound to it, just environmental noise. And as you watch it, I'm sure you'll make the connection with how research and evidence has changed a practice. Hopefully you'll see also how that practice has been changed for the better, more efficient, the results are better, and it clearly has a positive impact on the outcome. Anyway, take a moment or two to enjoy the video again with me. So I hope you enjoyed that. Great fun. But there's lots of things underlying that video. The expertise of the rider. The rider didn't just do that. They would have looked at the evidence. They would have evaluated the evidence. They wouldn't simply have passively accepted the evidence. They were prepared to take a risk. They needed to practice. They needed to know when to implement the different riding style. And they also needed to know how to stop it carefully so that they stayed on the bike. You may have noticed that the rider really did have to concentrate on how to get back onto the bike so that they could continue with their journey. So educational contexts are complex, they're nuanced, they're variable, and just accepting what works in one school and setting isn't what the research school is about. It's about empowering colleagues to be able to really make sense of what the evidence is saying, be critical, be evaluative about it, and then to consider carefully whether such interventions are going to empower the pupils in our care. Physics wasn't my greatest subject at school, but even I can recognise that maybe the rider implementing that strategy uphill isn't going to have a great deal of success. So context matters. We can't just simply take what a research paper says, take what a project says, take what a pilot says, and put it into our own context. We've got to think really carefully about whether or not it's likely to be a suitable intervention, a positive intervention for the young people in our care. So, to sum up, we're highly ambitious that our research school will be encouraging schools to build in to their everyday work a deep appreciation of the evidence base, so that within our region, within our locality, even more teachers and leaders can actively use research in relation to their own particular and unique situations. That's why we're excited too that we'll be supporting schools in putting themselves forward for some of the randomised controlled trials on offer by the EEF, things, interventions, opportunities that you may well be ambitious for supporting the wider profession in determining whether or not these do in fact impact positively on pupil achievement. We're also looking forward to working with many of you to making bids to both the EEF and IEE for innovations that you want to support within your schools and settings and within clusters of schools and settings. So I really wish I could be with you this evening. I'll be raising a glass of wine for you later on. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you for your time and your contributions this evening, but thank you also for all the work that you're going to be doing in the future and the work that you have been doing to transform the lives of young people in our communities through education. Thank you.